and welcome back to another episode of Breaking Character. My name is Jordan-Paige, and I'm the show creator and host. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you like what you see here today, you can click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when we post, and you can also follow us on Instagram at Breaking Character Show. Today, I am so excited to have Jessica Gollin on the show. Jessica is thrilled to be a guest on Breaking Character. Jessica originated the role of Elena in the off-Broadway Holocaust drama From Silence. She has also focused heavily on screen and voiceover acting and starred and guest starred in various short films, TV, new media, and voiceover projects. So without further ado, let's head to Zoom. All right. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be joined here today by Jessica. Jessica, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good, thank you. It's been a little stressful over here, but I'm really excited to be interviewing you today. So I am letting all that stress go and super excited to talk to you today. I am so thrilled that you're on the show. I loved your vlog so much. I just watched them the other day or when you sent them to me. I watched them the other day and absolutely loved them. So let's start this off with a game of two truths and a lie. So whenever you're ready, I'm going to attempt to guess which one the lie is.
All right. I really should have thought this through. I have a size 3 and kid size foot, even though I'm 16 years old. I play the bass guitar, and I have 3 dogs.
All right. Okay. Okay. Oh goodness. Okay. I am going to guess that. Oh gosh. I'm going to guess that the third one's the lie.
Yeah.
Really? Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you have
2 dogs.
2 dogs. Okay. Dang. And then bass is an awesome instrument. I love bass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. When did you start playing bass?
I started in 7th grade, and I'm now going into junior year. So for a while.
That's awesome.
About 4 years.
So cool. I'm also really proud of myself for getting that one right. All right. Well, in your bio, you mentioned originating the role of Elena in the off-Broadway Holocaust drama From Silence. That is amazing. What was that experience like?
It was not only one of my favorite experiences ever, but it was one of the most memorable things I've ever done. It's just something I'm never going to forget because, well, first of all, it was an all-female cast. So it was 9 females, 6 adults, 3 kids, and I was the youngest. So I was 11.
Oh, wow.
And the other 2 girls were, I think, 13. So, but there was never a moment where it felt like, oh, this 11-year-old's here. It was just everyone was a family and everything. And just the fact that it was my first professional job and it was a Holocaust drama and I'm Jewish and I was playing the granddaughter of a survivor and it was based on a true story and we got to meet the actual family that it was based on.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah, it was just one of the best experiences I've ever had. It was definitely a great thing to have be my first professional job.
Wow, that is incredible. That sounds like such a, as you said, just an unforgettable, I mean, and especially getting to meet the family that it's based on, wow.
I got to meet the actual granddaughter, so I got to meet who
you were playing. Wow.
And she said to me, so there's this part in the play where there's a poem that my character writes, and she said, when you were reading the poem, it was just like, oh my God, that's what I did. That was me. And the nightmare, that was how I felt. I felt like I was watching myself and I was like,
wow, what an amazing compliment to get. Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. Well, that sounds like, I'm so glad you had such an incredible experience. That's just phenomenal. And then you also mentioned about being a part of Carnegie Mellon's PreCollege Program, which is also super cool. How did you get involved with that and what's the program like?
So last summer I did AMDA's PreCollege Program because I'm going into junior year, so college auditions are starting to got to start thinking about that.
Mhm.
And also just what else do you do over summer? So
Fair.
why
That's
not
fair.
learn how to be better at what I do? Um, so I auditioned. Well, no, I didn't actually audition. I just kind of sent all my information in and hoped for the best. Um, and I got in. And so what we do is on Mondays and Wednesdays, I have acting, audition, camera audition. So I have those 3 classes. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have dramaturgy, movement, voice and speech. Wow, I got to start taking that class, I guess.
I do that all the
And
time where I'm like, what is hang on, words?
yeah,
What is coming out of my mouth?
and then my Shakespeare class. So I just got out of Shakespeare class.
Whoa, that is so cool. I mean, I give you credit. I'm assuming then, the relaxing summer of not doing anything is not really your style.
No, not really.
Hey, I can't blame
I
you.
like
I'm the
doing
same
things.
way. I think the one thing now is like being out of school and there isn't really like the only summer is like the season of summer. It's not necessarily like what does summer mean? And so, but I remember like I would be like, oh yeah, like summer break's coming up. Then the first like week would pass by and I'd be like, oh right.
Okay, I'm
When do I
bored.
have a camp coming up? Like,
Yeah.
what am I doing? Also, sorry, I did not expect my phone to ding. But that is so cool. And then how long does that run? I'm assuming the whole summer.
Yeah, so my last day is August 13th.
Wow.
And
What?
then the next day I go to film a pilot. And then
Oh,
I go to
that's
the
so
beach for 2 weeks.
exciting. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so great. Oh, that's congratulations. That is so
Thank you.
exciting. Wow. Look at that. Starting off I mean, I'm going to call it starting off the month even though it's like middle of the month. That's a great
Yeah.
way to like spend August finishing up the classes and then going to shoot a pilot. That's epic.
Yeah.
All right, so now for our wild card question, has nothing to do with anything. What is one of the best gifts you have ever received?
I guess for my 16th birthday, I got like money, but with that money, I was able to buy myself a new base. So that was pretty good.
That's cool. What does your base look like?
I can grab it for you.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, it's right up here.
Yeah, I love base. Oh
It's
my
blue,
gosh.
and
Oh,
then
it's beautiful.
it's like a lightning strap.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
I love
I
that
love it.
so much.
It's very big. I'm 4'10".
That is a very big base.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, that is awesome. I love that when you're able to buy something with, that's why I think when as you get older and you're like really just money is a great gift because it's especially if you have something that you're like, no, I know what I want to buy, but it's hard to explain it to you. And so instead it's just when in doubt, everyone, just
ask
money.
for money.
Just money. All right. Well, now it is time for memory association. So I have my random word generator pulled up here on my phone. And once we get a good word, because sometimes it takes a little bit, we're both going to share the first memory that pops into our heads that we're willing to share when we hear that word. So are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Our word. Oh, you know what? We got a good one right off the bat. Our word is hiccup.
Oh, okay. Do you mean physical hiccup or like a hiccup in
whatever you take it as, whichever one?
I was learning a monologue and at the end of this monologue I talk about how in nursing school I have to give an old man who's in a coma a shot of penicillin in his rear end, and instead of saying in I said up.
Oh no.
So I made it sound like I'm sticking a needle up his butt.
Oh my gosh.
And just shooting penicillin.
I mean, that's one way, I guess.
It's one way. It's not the correct way.
Not the correct way.
Yeah, so that was a hiccup. My acting coach and I took a long laugh.
I bet. Oh my gosh. The one I thought of was I thought of physical hiccups, and I thought of that my mom always used to say, like, if you just drink water upside down, like, it helps get rid of it. And I was like, how do you even do that? Like, how I
Yeah.
could not figure out how to physically be upside down, but with water and then finally, like, recently, I'm 20 years old, and finally there was one time I had the hiccups, they just would not go away. And I was like, you know what? Fine. I will try it. I will try it. And I was home alone, so I was like, thankfully no one can see me if I look absolutely ridiculous. And I did look ridiculous. But it worked. So now that I figured it out, now I know that it does, I guess, work.
You know what my mom has us do is she puts her hands like right here, right in like the crease before this little part of the ear, and
Uh-huh.
then you drink water, and then they go away. It's very nice.
That is cool. Now I have to remember that.
Yeah.
I'll ask one of my housemates. I'll be like, hang on, I gotta
Yeah.
ask you for a favor. Just come stick your fingers right here.
Yeah.
No, but that's so interesting, right? Like, hiccups are one of those things that you're like, there's many different methods that work for different people on how to get them to go away. And I'm like, what's the common denominator here? Like, what is the connection between these different methods? Sometimes there just seems like there is none. Like, at least with that one, it's drinking water, but you're doing something different. So I'm like, okay, water has something to do with those two. I have no idea. But that's a good one. I'm gonna have to make sure I remember that. Um, and then, so you've done some media and and music video work. And so how does that differ from TV and film, or are there more similarities than differences?
Well, so all of the media stuff I've done has been during quarantine, during
Oh,
COVID.
okay.
So because before that, I was I kind of stopped auditioning for like a year or two
Mhm.
because I got from silence and then a short film, then a pilot, and then a workshop. But then after that, I hurt my arm.
Oh
So then
no.
I couldn't really do much. And then I went into high school. So I
Mhm.
kind of just stopped auditioning for a bit. Um, but then and in that time because I wasn't booking anything.
Mhm.
So in that time um I focused a lot on classes and learning and all of that stuff. And then I was like, okay, I can audition again. Let's do this. And then the entire world shut down.
Oh
Um
no. Perfect timing,
so
right?
I know,
Perfect
perfect
timing.
timing. So in about March of 2020, I was just like, let's see what happens. So I just started auditioning and I started booking a lot. Um, since March of 2020 to now, I've booked 15 things.
Oh my gosh. Round of
Yeah.
applause for that. That's amazing. Look at you go.
Thank you. Not all of them like actually happened,
But still,
but
you sent in your
yeah.
stuff and they picked you. That's huge.
Yeah, it was weird. But the media stuff that I've done are part of those 15. So I haven't really been able to understand that what it's actually like when you're filming a real media thing because it's all been Zoom or the directions are sent to me. I film it and then they send me the corrections and
Mhm.
all of that stuff. Um, but if I compare that to filming a film uh through my through the same way, it's
Mhm.
pretty similar.
Yeah.
Um, except it's longer when you're doing a show or a film.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that man, I hate that that's how the timing worked for you. I mean, that, but you booked 15 things and are continuing to. So that's amazing, but you got to love that when you're like, I think I'm ready, and the world's like,
No, you're not.
rethink that. Oh my gosh, but that's so exciting. And then, of course, you've got the pilot now coming up. That's so exciting. Oh my gosh. And then so could you give some advice to those that are watching? This could be any type of advice, career advice, life advice, whatever you would like.
Don't let anyone tell you that you can't succeed. Like I've gotten, especially since high school started, a lot of you think you can do this. You really think you can make a living off of acting. You really think you're going to succeed. Um, and I just say, yeah, And then they say, what's your backup plan? And I say, I'll be a waitress.
Oh,
So
well, yeah.
never let anyone tell you you can't succeed, because you can, as long as
I
you believe.
I love that. And I absolutely agree with that. I hate that people, I mean, you've gotten into high school and you're going into junior year and now people are like, "Oh, but what's your actual like plan for your future?" And
Yeah.
you're like, "What makes you know I was serious?" Like that's what it is. Like I always think it's so funny that people are like, "Well, you can't really do that." And I'm like, "What media do you watch on a daily basis? Do they have the same
Yeah.
four actors in every single thing?" No. I'm like, there is like, people are writing new things, new projects are being filmed every single day. Like
Yeah.
there's not going to be any stop in entertainment anytime soon. I mean, we've
Mm-mm.
seen now that we can push through a pandemic when it comes to
Yes.
entertainment stuff. So I think
And
that,
even
yeah,
during
and during
a pandemic, voiceover never stopped.
skyrocketed.
It Yeah, everyone started doing voiceover. Like, I even got a little like at home voiceover
I've
setup.
got my microphone
Um
here. I need to do a voiceover
yeah,
demo reel because I don't have one.
I have to film a voiceover later on tonight. Like, it's
Yeah,
it just
it
it
never
doesn't end.
stops. Absolutely. So I love that piece of advice. And then when things do get tough, what pushes you to keep going?
Um well, I had freshman year was pretty difficult acting wise, because that was a lot of you can't do this.
Mhm.
Um and my confidence was definitely going down. So throughout that time, I, instead of being like, they're right, I shouldn't do this, I took more classes. I did all of this stuff. I worked with professionals. I worked with like just local theater, like just all of that type of stuff, to build that confidence up and tell myself I can do this. So that's what I suggest. Just continue to move on,
Mhm.
and continue and have the attitude of, I'm going to show you that I can.
Yep. I'm going to prove you wrong and I'm going to show you that I can. Sometimes that potential idea of in your face or revenge is like that's really motivating.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It may sound not the best to say, but it's, at least for me, it's true. And then lastly, where can people follow you and keep up with what you do?
So I have an Instagram. It's jessica.gollin. um and then that's my main platform that I use for stuff, but I goof around on TikTok a bit. I think that's Jessica Gollin. I don't know.
I'll find it. I love TikTok,
Yeah.
so I will
And
find it.
then Facebook is Jessica Gollin. Um, but I mainly do everything on Instagram.
Awesome. Well, all of that will be in the description so everyone can go and follow you on all of those platforms. And thank you so, so much for being on the show. I had so much fun getting to talk with you.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, I'm going to press stop on the recording and we are going to head out of Zoom. Thank you
Cool.
all so much again for watching today. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell, and also follow us on Instagram at Breaking Character Show. If you'd like to follow Jessica or I on any of our social media, that is in the description below, and you can also find the link on how to submit yourself to be on the show if you are a creative who is interested in that. I do not know where my brain has been that I've messed up this twice now in the past 2 vlogs, so sorry for this insert, but I said the wrong person of who's going to be next week because I'm filming 2 intros and outros at the same time, and I mixed them up. So I am so excited that next week I'm going to have Julian Solis on the show. He is the oldest Solis brother. I'm so, so thrilled, and you guys are in for an extra special treat with this interview. So you will not want to miss it, and back to the normal video. Thank you so much again for watching, and we will see you next Tuesday.